Firing an employee is one of the hardest things about leadership. Even after being in this position for a decade, I still find it difficult to have this conversation. And if you find this process, the process of firing, enjoyable, then it's a red flag about you, not them. Because it's not going to not only impact the life of that individual, sometimes it also impacts the people who are dependent on that individual. So in this video, I'm going to share step-by-step process on how to fire someone with clarity, decisiveness, and empathy. Because as an entrepreneur, you more than often you'll get into these kind of conversations. So let's jump right into it on how to fire an employee effectively. Point number 1, reflection before action. Before you call the meeting, ask yourself, why am I firing this person? Why did I hire them in the first place? What expectations weren't met? You need to have clear answers. Can these problems be fixed through coaching? Maybe I need to set clear goals for this person. Point number 2, be decisive. One of the biggest mistakes I have seen leaders make is that they are not communicating with clarity. They are not decisive enough. They use phrases like, I think I have to, or I'd like you to move into this. They're creating this false hope. They're creating this confusion. So instead, use phrases like, I have decided to let go of you. I have decided to end your employment. We have made the final decision to end your employment, and I'd like to walk you through the reasons why. So be very decisive, communicate clearly, and do not create false hope. And also understand that it's also a form of respect when you are communicating with clarity. Usually what leaders do is that they're trying to avoid this awkward conversation by, mincing words. So instead, communicate with clarity, give the due respect that the other person deserves, walk them through the reasons why you're letting them go, and communicate everything with clarity. Be decisive. Point number 3, the Kevin O'Leary method. The reason I call it the Kevin O'Leary method is because it's something I picked up from him, which is that don't deliver the verdict like a cold manager, but instead talk to them as a human being. Tell them that the decision has been made, like I previously said, that be decisive, but tell them why the decision was made. Tell them, write them, you're not talking to them as a boss, but someone who cares about them, like a brother or like a friend. Tell them why the decision was made and walk them through that like you would talk to your friend. What were their weaknesses? What were their strengths? And how can they improve themselves? What areas they need to focus on? What industries can they focus on? Maybe also make a suggestion. So make sure that you talk to them as a human being, not someone as a cold manager. So they know. What it does is it creates a psychological shift. It makes them understand that, okay, you do really care about them. It's not some emotional decision. And it was even difficult for you to have this conversation, but you care about them. That's why you are having this conversation. So be decisive, but at the same time, don't be a cold manager. So some closing remarks, some pro tips actually. I would say that don't fire them in front of everyone. Never humiliate them. especially when you are letting go of them. You don't need to humiliate them. And also take care of the logistics. Make sure about all the paychecks and benefits and everything is taken care of. And also make sure that you have revoked access from all the data they might have access to. So make sure of these logistics. And also I would say that yeah, firing is never easy, and it shouldn't be. It impacts the individual's life, and sometimes, as I said, the dependence on that individual. So yeah, I hope this video helped you on how to fire effectively, which is basically reflect, be decisive, and have empathy. So yeah, time to time, even if you don't want to have these kind of if even if you don't want to call these meetings, you will get into these situations, and that's the best way I know how to fire. I hope it helped you. And yeah, follow me on this journey as I set up my YouTube channel, and subscribe.